be talking to you about my everyday skin routine. And so this is what I do every single morning and what I do before I film a video. Every day I use a moisturizer, and this is my favorite from Aveeno. It's the Daily Moisturizing Lotion with sunscreen, and so it's got SPF 15. So that's really nice because you don't need to apply a sunscreen every day to your face also. You have some protection in your moisturizer, and it's also non-greasy, so that's great that it has sunscreen in it, but it still doesn't give you that greasy feeling. So I've already applied this to my face, and unlike most people, I don't actually use liquid foundation. I used to, but this last fall I started seeing a dermatologist because of my acne. So my dermatologist told me that I should only use powder products or products that are non-comedogenic. And I was not very excited about this when she told me, because the only reason I used liquid foundation was because my face was so bad and I was using that to cover everything up. I switched over to using only powders, and then my skin started getting better. And so the first time, my face didn't look so good with only a little powder, because powder does not give as great coverage. But it was okay, and over time it started getting a lot better, and you can tell, well, this lighting makes it look better than it is, but I think part of the reason is because I stopped using liquid, but the biggest reason I think that my skin was getting better was because of the medicines I was taking. But I've cleared up quite a bit, so now using powder foundations isn't that big of a deal because I can feel okay, in my own skin with just a little bit of coverage with the powder. So that's kind of my story on that. And because I have really oily skin, actually switching to powders was probably a good idea, but I still always use the moisturizer too because I don't want to over dry out my skin. So yeah, I'm just going to start showing you the products that I use. And all my face products are actually by e.l.f. Eyes, Lips, Face. So I kind of just do it in 3 steps. The first product is the e.l.f. Mineral Blemish Powder, and it's in clear. It came with this brush. It's the kind with the little holes in it. And so you just tap some out, and then I use the brush, and I just apply it to all my little blemish areas. So it's sort of like spot treating, just kind of get everywhere where you may have any problem areas. A little bit of an added treatment to what I'm already using. And I always have to get the nose, because that is always bad. Whoa. Now the next thing I use is the e.l.f. Concealer Powder, and I just have it in light. And it comes out the same way. Just tap it. I'm just using like a foundation brush, and just taking that and then just putting it all over where I have like redness. So I always have to get the nose. So use this just kind of the way you would with liquid concealer. And if you have less time, you can just get the big areas. If you have more time, I'm just kind of getting even the tiny areas, Always want to get the chin too. So I think using powder is a great idea. It's so much better on your skin, and you don't have to worry about your foundation like melting off and not matching the color of your skin and everything, because powder is a lot more forgiving in color and everything like that. This is also a pretty good product, so I can use it under the eyes too. So I just take this and run this right under the eye too, for kind of under eye concealer. But you can always use something else. I just don't really have like really bad under eye circles or anything. So, okay, and the last step to my face just kind of smooths everything out and kind of finishes off the look. This is the e.l.f. Booster. I have it in sheer, and it's kind of the same thing where there's like the little holes, and that's the way it comes out. You can see that, yeah. And I'm just going to use e.l.f. Total Face Brush, and I usually like to just get what's on the lid because I don't need too much of this. And I just kind of run this all over my face and kind of blending out everything we put on, and just kind of smoothing out the mineral blemish powder and the concealer and everything, and also help minimize the oil from your skin too. And I get oily like around my nose a lot, on my nose, and just kind of that T-zone, so you might want to concentrate the powder here especially. Since my skin is so pale, I use a bronzer every day now. So this is what I've been using lately, the NYC New York Color Smooth Skin Bronzing Face Powder in Sunny. I think that might be the only color they have, or one of the only colors. But I just roll my brush in and just place this kind of the outer parts of the cheek. And I always have to go on the temples up here on the sides of the forehead. And just smooth it down. There we go. Gives a little bit more life to the face. And then I like to go on the side of the nose, maybe over the nose a little bit too. You know, because it's summertime and I need to have a little color. I always take this down my neck too to make sure it's all even. You can do the collarbones right here too if you want to. And I also do my eyebrows every day pretty much. I cannot find my brow pencil, but I usually do that, and then I just use my eyebrow brushes that I make. I just take old mascaras and then use the wand and clean it out super good because my eyebrows are not black, and then use that as kind of my brush to kind of smooth out my brows. So that's what I usually do. Just to kind of straighten them out. Oh my gosh. It's stuck in my hair. But if you can kind of see, yeah. Powder doesn't give the best coverage, but you know, it works, and I'm using e.l.f. obviously, so it's cheap, and I was actually surprised. This concealer is actually pretty good, but you can always invest in like Bare Minerals and, you know, better quality stuff. I haven't really tried any of that, I don't think, and I'm pretty sure those would work a lot better. Yeah, that's just what I do every day to keep my skin healthier and still not look like a freak when I go outside and have little coverage. I know Neutrogena makes a liquid foundation that's non-comedogenic, and my dermatologist suggested it, I think, but I haven't tried that out yet. But that's also a suggestion if you don't want to give up liquid foundation, because I know it's hard. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it was helpful, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Bye! And if you like this video, please like it and subscribe. I always point the other direction, up here. Yeah. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Chill, Brienne. Okay. Right here in my hair. Hold on. Whatever. Hold on, I have a smart word for what I'm using. But the biggest reason it was my skin was getting, why do you have to speak so horribly? Okay, so now using liquid, sorry. I need a napkin. Itchy, itchy. I'm getting powder all over the bed. My brow brush, or my, okay, foot is asleep. Okay. Bye-bye.